Hi there, it's time to look at Dogecoin with the Wyckoff lens again. Last week we talked about Dogecoin is trying to break outside of the downtrend, and this week the battle continues. If you're new to my sessions, these are the 3 key items I'll cover. So let's start off with the weekly chart. We all know we're still going through a testing phase during the accumulation cycle. There can be many tests. Whether it's towards the downside or towards the sign of strength above the trading range top, it's still part of the test. And it's a test of paper hands and diamond hands. If there are no more paper hands left, meaning the whales or the composite man can no longer shake the price lower, then it's the time for them to build up for the next distribution. So, as of this moment, we see that we have very narrow price spread right now. Both last week and this week is a very narrow candle body. Of course, there's still 5 days and 7 hours left for this week's candle, but the good thing is both the volume and the price spread seems to be getting lower, and that's a sign of stabilization, or at least for people seeking the next direction. So the big picture is not going to change in my view, that we're expecting more tests to come, and what we hope for is for the next sign of weakness to come up and test the orange key level of 30 cents. Last time, during 2024, that accumulation was quick. It was roughly about 4 months time. This time, obviously, since March this year, we are already 9 months in. Of course, compared to what happened back in 2002, 2003, this is nothing right now. Okay, so sometimes we just have to wait because the big money is moving around, waiting for, waiting and see where the wind is going to blow to. Alright, let's get to the daily chart. Last week we already talked about it. Seems to try to break outside of the trend box. I've adjusted the box a little. It's still engulfing the entire track since mid-September. So the price kept bouncing between the boundaries. And as of now, it's still trying to break outside of the box. Last week when we had the box slightly lower, it seems to have broken outside of it, but then the consecutive 4 days of decline, including yesterday, a deeper test towards this yellow dash line of around 13 cents 20. Let me adjust it, or allow me to adjust this box by moving the ceiling along this line. So when we get closer to December 9th, that means the day that we're going to conduct the next session, we are at a decision point again. Of course, the decision can come in earlier, meaning the breakout outside of this downtrend, ending the trend, that confirmation can come in earlier. Just that, this triangle is going to be key. If it continues like what it did between the 26th all the way to 30th with low volume, low price spread, by the time we conduct the next session, we come back for the next discussion, the price will still be within this little triangle. Right? So this period is going to be key, and if it still confirms the path towards south side, then we have to get to December for the next opportunity, because this line at around 10 cents roughly, or you can choose 95 cents because that's where the October 10th tested, and this bunch of candlesticks were lying around that level as well. That's the summer, mostly summertime, during 2024. Okay, let's assume it's 95 cents, 9 cents 50. All right, we don't hope it come down this much. When we get closer to Christmas, Boxing Day time, and the price still haven't broken outside of this downtrend, that's the date we have to hope for to see some at least horizontal movements to edge outside of the box. So by the time we get into the new year, hopefully we'll be able to see some movement towards the north. Alright, so for Dogecoin, yeah, the test still continues. Let's see how much paper hands are left, and are people holding Dogecoin or diamond hands already, and they're not going to sell and let the price drop any further. Alright, from the volume point of view, it's still kind of undecided. I hope to see more lower level of red bars, not like the one yesterday, because the previous 4 days was pretty good until the yesterday one. So the message is still mixed. Okay, there seems to be still some paper hands lingering around. Thanks for joining me. See you in another session.